Hey guys, real quick, this is Toby. I just wanted to let you know that the quality in this episode is going to be a little bit different because we tried to do something a little different with this recording. We were actually wanting to stream the game while we talked about it, so it's a little bit different. Just wanted to give you that warning, but it's still a great episode, a good conversation about the Friday the 13th game. Hope you enjoy! Happy Friday the 13th.
Hey there, gamers! Welcome to the Secret Levels podcast. Hope you got your PlayStation Plus membership renewed, because we're going to be banging out a good game on that tonight.
I'm player 1, Toby.
Oh, you can! And I'm player 2, Goobz.
We've got a couple of extra players on this stream. Will you please introduce yourselves?
I'm player 3, Kristen, and I'm from the Secret Transmission podcast.
And I'm player 4, who's just a guest. I mean, no, I'm Richie the Whiz Kid from the Best Darn Diddly Review Show.
Woo! So we've got a full room tonight, and we are actually kind of changing the game because usually we review retro video games and older video games. And
yeah, but there's a special day upon us, Friday the 13th, so we all kind of enjoy this game, so I figured why not give you a recent game and bang it out on Friday the 13th while we play Friday the 13th.
Yes, we are actually playing it as you are listening, so you're gonna probably hear all the he's getting me, get away from me, kind of things, and I found the keys, I found the gas.
People might use that as material for nighttime. You screaming
I'm just checking out all of your levels right now.
Yeah.
So we can see how much we enjoy this game. Toby, you're up to 72. That's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kristen's at a 49. And hello, everybody. His name's Goobz. He's a big whopping level 20.
Oh, no! What level are you on, Richie?
I am level 101.
Oh, my goodness.
I blow at this game, and I'm okay with that.
They just increased the cap to 150 like 4 or 5 months ago, I think.
Oh, okay. See, I haven't been playing for a while.
Game, so I can talk to everyone.
Competition in the room, guys. Richie619 joined.
Yeah, that's not how you spell Richie. Oh, and they're level 103, those bastards.
Molly came from.
They're the better Richie. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about this game while we're playing it. We are playing on PlayStation 4. This game is also available on Microsoft, you can, like the Windows computers and stuff.
PC.
PC, there we go.
You were close.
You can play it on Xbox One. I don't know why I had trouble with that. I'm an idiot.
Windows 98, Mac PC.
Yeah.
It's a good thing Kristen isn't writing up, so she's giving you time to actually do it.
Yeah. So,
translucent Apple computers.
I knew that would get it to work.
So, this game was actually digitally released worldwide on May 26, 2017, with a physical release on October 13th, 2017. So, it
hasn't even been out for a year yet?
Yeah.
It's already going downhill.
Feels like we've been playing it. Well, it's gonna go downhill from here on out, outside of bug fixes.
We'll get into all that in just a minute. So the publisher is Gun Media. They're the main ones anyways. We won't mention the other one because I can't remember what it is. So this is a up to 8 players online only. It's a semi-open world.
No, there's single player mode now.
Oh yeah, there is a single player mode. We'll talk about that too in a minute. This is a semi-open world survival horror game in a third-person perspective. And it's starting. Okay, before we get into the more details, we're gonna find out who is first.
Not me.
Or who's Jason first? Okay, I'm not Jason.
Not me.
I'm Bob Ross.
I forgot how to check.
So, okay, first things first. Let's talk about some gameplay, because there's not really a story. The story is there's 7
campers on Camp Crystal Lake, and Jason's coming after them. So it
like
doesn't.
any other Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah. So there's not a whole lot to go on. It's just a survival game.
I just came here to get laid and do drugs.
Amen, brother.
So what happens is 7 people are counselors, and one person ends up being Jason. And you scatter. Jason appears and kills one of your fellow counselors, and everyone scatters, and that's where you all start out on different places on the map. And there's several different maps that it randomly puts you on. You can choose the map in the lobby screen, but basically you start out with nothing, no weapons, anything, no map usually, unless you've got perks and stuff, which
You
maybe
gotta search all the closets and desk drawers and everything
Does anybody
else.
have a map?
yes,
Like, I just got a gas can.
Yeah, I have a map.
Where's the car at?
the car. There's a car up north, and there's a car in the
Yeah, there's a car
west.
at Woodbury in the northeast, and there's a car dead west in Packanack. But we don't know which one's which.
I'm over here in the north, so I'll let you know which one this one is.
Jason just cut the power in Flat Rock.
The
I
yellow
forgot how
car.
to check.
Yellow car's up
I
north.
forgot how to check the people that are alive.
Press up on the D-pad.
Thank you. That was
Okay,
killing me.
so,
Okay, so it's a
here's
rando.
here's a little more. You can find weapons. There's like guns. There's
Machetes.
yeah, it's a shotgun,
I
and
have one of
it's got one bullet.
One-shot shotgun.
And
Sucks.
there's a flare gun with which it only shoots one shot. You can't kill Jason. Well, you can kill Jason, and I just found the fuse in one of the drawers. So
What does that fuse do, Toby?
Jason's by me in Packanack, or Flat Rock, whatever the south area is. I can't see him though.
the
I hear
fuse,
his music, but I don't see him.
you can use the fuse to fix a breaker box, and when you fix the breaker box, you can call the cops. And
oh, Jason's right behind me.
oh, I should say each of these rounds usually last for about 20 minutes.
That's the max that'll last is 20 minutes.
Right. Each round will be 20 minutes. You might die in a minute. So just because the game
There's
lasts...
different ways to finish the map in order for you to get out.
Yeah.
Jason's at the house we're at right now, and one of us has the battery.
So if one of you were to die right now, it'll show us on the map where the battery is.
Well,
so,
if the person that has the battery drops the battery, it'll show where it's at.
right. But yeah, so there's a couple of different ways you can escape
Oh, he's coming after me.
to win the game. This is so weird to do it this way. One of the ways you can do it is like using the fuse, like I said I found a second ago, and fixing the fuse box. You can call the cops, and it puts a countdown, and you have to wait for the cops to get there, and then you can leave in one of the 2 exits that's on the map.
The blue car has gas. All right, we have a battery. Which one's the blue car? Is it the Packanack one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kristen, how's her repair?
Oh yeah, we should talk.
Decent.
We
Is
should
your
talk.
repair
Here, take
better?
this.
I'm about to use the
See,
fuse.
wasn't even sprinting and she did it.
Is this the police? Oh, help.
What's your ping at right
Please,
now?
Jason's here. Oh, thank God. Please send help. Camp Crystal Lake. It's Jason.
Okay,
He's
let me. So
Did
you
you
can
died, that asshole.
you can
Oh,
fix
cops are
the.
here.
Yeah, I called the cops. So the cops will be here in 5 minutes now.
Shit. Kristen, whoever that person is right next to us, but Jason.
Yeah, that's one way to finish the game. You can also exit by boat if you have everything they can assemble to get out on a boat, like gas and a key. You can exit through car, you need a battery, a key, and gas.
On the boat, you need a propeller and gas.
Oh, you
Richie,
Also
Packanack's a
the
2-seater.
The 2 different cars. There's 2 different cars. One can only hold 2 people. The other can hold 4 people. So, if you have the blue car, it fixed. You can have you and 3 other passengers. If you have the yellow car, it's just you and 1 other person in the car to
No.
escape. Kristen, will you tell me about the radio to call Tommy Jarvis?
So if you find the radio to call. So if you go into the house where you actually have, it's like the little CD radio, and you have to press X, and as soon as you press X and it goes all the way through its little full span thing like everything else does on this game, then it'll automatically alert to call Tommy Jarvis. So the first person who dies actually comes back as Tommy Jarvis,
Which
There's a map right here if you need it.
he is.
which he automatically carries
actually-
a shotgun.
Right, and he
It's
was...
usually the second person who dies, and then it's a 50-50 shot between the first two people that escape or die.
Oh, really?
Oh, I forgot I'm not a
Yeah.
Friday expert like my lesbian lover here.
That joke is... Richie and Kristen used to always pick this same chick character because each of the characters has different stats, and the chick character that most of us picked has pretty...
No, I'm all over Bob Ross now, man. He's my new guy.
I like the repair skills being high and the sneak skills. That way,
Alright, I'm putting the battery in the two-seater.
Jason can't find you as easy.
Oh my god, my game's lagging. It's making me take forever to do my
This
reset.
game gets very glitchy at times.
Right. Do you have the keys, Richie?
No.
Okay, I got a key right here. Someone dropped.
Battery's in. Out here. Someone has the keys.
I've got keys. Actually, I've got both sets of keys.
We need to talk about how glitchy this game used to be. How people were literally like glitching up onto the rocks.
Oh yeah, let's talk about some of the bad days, the dark ages.
Jason's trying to break down the door by me.
So this game was very notorious for glitches and not being fully finished when they started it. I'm getting in the car right now, by the way.
Okay, Jason's still chasing me, so you got a second. I prefer if you could come pick me up, but I understand if you have to leave me behind.
Well, I'm gonna try to pick you up. I'm gonna try to pick up
Let
whoever
me
gets
in the car.
So,
I'm in the car.
Oh my god!
someone's
What was he
commenting
doing?
on us playing right now. I can't read those comments. I'm sorry. So I'm driving right now. I can't talk and drive.
Stop. I'm right outside. I'm right outside. I'm right outside.
I'm right here. I'm here.
Alright, so this is the issue the game has a lot of times where they glitch.
Yeah.
Like, we are glitched inside the car right now. We're gonna get killed unless Jason picks us up out of the car.
I got him.
Okay, so yeah, this game is full of bugs, and it always has been, and we'll get to it in a minute, but it's gonna get worse with the bugs, because, I don't know, we'll get...
No, they can still fix the bugs in the future, but they just no more.
Well, okay, I've also got
Jason's gonna have to come grab us to fix this.
to tie into the secret transmissions. There is a small conspiracy about the game developers on this game right now, so it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting.
Hello,
So, yeah.
everybody. There goes Goobz.
So
Oh, my armor piece.
some of the glitches they were having were people were getting on the roof. Somehow they would glitch up on the roof. People were glitching on top of
I don't know if
rocks.
you get us from here.
There was a bunch of crazy glitches. You could glitch through the wall. What were some of the other major glitches for this game?
The one
There's
that's
one
going
up
on
on the-
right now
on the
while we're
rock.
playing.
Yeah, so they
There's one in the water.
Yeah, there's one right now where they're the car is parked up against a bench
Park
or
bench.
something, and
Fence.
they can't get out of the car.
No, maybe it is a bench.
That's clearly a bench.
There was a lot of assholes that would play when the game first came out, where people would try to run you over on purpose, or they would try to shoot you just to.
That's the only way you can team kill now is by running people over.
Yeah, so a lot of people complained, and they fixed it to where you can only be ran over. There's no more friendly fire. But people, it got to where it was miserable trying to play this game. And if you didn't have a good solid room just to play this game with, you kind of suffered and didn't get to really have fun.
Hey, you guys are dead. How
That's
much
why I'm
time's
level
left?
20.
Does this game play like anything else? Like, is there anything you can compare this game to?
Well, the hot button issue is Friday the 13th or Dead by Daylight, which they play differently, but
Yeah.
They're like hand in hand, kind of.
It does get compared to Dead by Daylight quite a bit, and it is similar as there are people that are trying to survive and
Did he get you?
escape.
yeah, you got her.
Yeah,
I can't see it right now, but I can hear it.
but there are people trying to survive and escape, just like in Dead by Daylight, and it's different enough because the gameplay is a lot different. You can't attack in Dead by Daylight, but it's a bunch of serial killers.
Oh, there he goes. You figured it out.
So like we said earlier, if you are a counselor, your goal is to survive. If you're Jason, your goal is to obviously kill the 7 counselors.
And Jason has some special powers that he can use to catch you. He can see you, like, if you're inside of a building, or see you if you're scared. You can teleport all over the map.
Yeah.
You can, like, force, like, kind of like fly around the map, not use the force. That'd be awesome, Jason.
So,
But,
yeah.
that's what you get for letting Toby drive.
Yeah.
Ah, no. What the hell, dude?
And so I think this lobby just kind of got a bad tone in general.
Some of the, I want to get back to some of the stuff on the game. This was originally supposed to be developed as a game called Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp, but later the developers obtained the license to develop it as the Friday the 13th game.
They're just going to do it on their own anyways. It's like, yo, fuck this, we don't need a franchise.
You know,
We're just going to make a game like Jason.
Yeah.
And just go with it.
And to be honest, if they would have done it that way, we probably wouldn't have the problems we're having now. If it would have just been Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp, and we'd have probably got more. So, hopefully, after all this mess that we'll talk about in just a second gets situated, maybe they'll go ahead and do the Slasher series, you know?
Man, it depends. I think that's going to depend on the success of the next game like this that's about to come out on PC early next year or late this year.
What's
I think
the
it's
next
called
game?
Final Year. It's either Final Year or last year, and it's basically the same setup, except there's only 3 or 4 students, and like one of the levels is like a high school after hours, and there's 3 different killers that have different abilities.
Now,
and each of the students have different abilities, and it looks really fun. Honestly,
I thought that already
I've seen
came
the
out.
test footage. I think it's like on the like early. I don't know if it's the alpha or beta right now, but like I've been watching YouTube videos about it, and it looks like it's going to be like a more fine-tuned version of this.
Yeah, I
We saw
thought.
it, didn't we, Toby?
Yeah, like a year or 2 ago, it felt like, and it looked awesome. It looked way awesome. It looked.
And I know that's just PC only right now, but they've been talking about maybe down the road porting it over to console.
Hell yeah. Well, this game, Friday the 13th, was actually funded on Kickstarter and something called Backer Kit. I haven't heard of that one, but it ended up raising over $1 million.
$1 million.
They got a pretty good funding for this.
That's a lot of money.
I know Miles, my co-host on Best Darn Diddly, really followed it from the beginning when he first heard about this game on Kickstarter. He was like really, really into it. He was super stoked about this game, and I had no desire for this game whatsoever. I thought it'd be like one cabin that's 2 stories and that you'd be playing hide and seek in there, and I was like, this is stupid. And he ended up file sharing it with me when it came out. Like, we bought it on my account so I could file share it with him.
Right.
And he paid for the full thing because I didn't want to have anything to do with it. And I was one of the few people
I
that
think
could
you
actually
love it
get
more
on.
than him.
I think I love him more than all our friends, but I was the only one able to get on out of the 2 of us, like, for the first 24 hours the game was out, and I had a ton of fun playing it. I was like, this is so much better than I
yeah.
thought.
Didn't they have a bunch of server issues when it first came out? Well, they had server
sure
issues
did.
for a long time, but especially...
They still have server issues because there's no host migration.
Yeah.
We're having server issues today.
And we're talking about a year after its release, you know...
Not even a year.
Well...
When this game works properly, it's one of the most fun games I've ever played. The issue is you rarely have the game function properly with a lobby full of people that are fun to play with.
Right. Well, so if there's anything else you can think of, bring it up. But I was going to start talking about some of the dramas with this game.
Did y'all talk about the perks you can get?
Oh yeah, tell us about the perks, Kristen.
You can get certain perks in the game after you can spend your XP
Yeah.
to get perks, and you can get, like, what is it, like, standard, and I don't know, Richie knows the proper names for it, but...
Well, there's different levels. Like, they just unlocked legendary perks. But there's, like, rare, common, uncommon.
And the perks
Just like
that
any kind
help
of
with
game.
stealth, stamina, and weapons, and, like,
repair.
if you start out with a weapon, or...
Start out with a map.
Start out with a map or a radio so you can talk to other players.
First aid,
We're in a
there's
party
whole
chat
bunch of
right
stuff.
now.
Yeah.
We can talk to each other because we're in a party chat, but most people play the game with headsets and you have to have a radio or be close to somebody to talk to them.
Yeah, it's got one of those proximity chats on there, which is really cool. I think that's a great
I like
feature. It really
in order to look at the map, you have to find a map or go to a map kiosk, like in the camp.
yeah.
Putting gas in the 4-seater.
Yeah, I've always really liked the proximity thing though, because I feel like that makes you feel like you're more in the game, you know?
Yeah, it immerses
Yeah, it really
you more.
draws you in with that.
And this game can be terrifying because as soon as Jason's near you, you can hear his music. As soon as I said that, I heard Jason's fucking music.
The car by the
Or like
boathouse
when he
is the
flies
four-seater.
towards you, like the screen kind of skips like a VHS, like with bad tracking.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's really cool because this game has the 80s feel to it. Like, everything's supposed to be set in the 80s.
It starts off looking like a VHS
Oh, shit,
got put
Jason's
into
right
your PS4.
Yeah, it's so cool. The beginning intro is really cool. It really makes you feel like you've went and rented the VHS at your local Blockbuster and you're about to watch a horror
Camp
movie.
Hillbrook's where the fuse house is.
There's a lot of drama that's happened with this game here in the last couple months. So, Gun Media was supposed to...
Serious beef.
Yeah, they were supposed to release all kinds of extra content. Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Gun Media was supposed to release all kinds of content. They had big dreams of releasing a Uber Jason on the space station from Jason X.
Jason X, yeah.
They were supposed to release this Paranoia mode that was going to come out on October 27th, 2017. It was supposed to be like Friday the 13th Part 4, where it's Roy. Where Roy... you're not Roy from the movies, but one of the counselors is actually the killer, is what everyone expected. Because they never really released what Paranoia mode was going to be. Not that I know of, anyway. But that's what I assumed. It was going to be like, one of you is the killer, and you have to figure out how to kill the other 7 without them figuring out that you're the killer.
Oh, that'd be so
It's supposed to be
great.
it's supposed to be like a murder mystery, and that's what we were all waiting for.
Yeah. So all of this never happened. And what we have found out since then is that the Friday the 13th franchise was going through some legal issues. The original creators of Friday the 13th and Jason, I guess, decided that they wanted their cut and that they hadn't been getting it. So they sued the franchise. So what this meant was basically everything after a certain date, and I can't remember what the date is, let's just say it's January 15th. Okay? Everything after January 15th, they were not allowed to put out any new content for this video game because anything that had the Friday the 13th license had to be on hold until after the court case was settled. So, Gun Media decided, and this is where the little conspiracy theory comes up in this, because there's a crazy conspiracy theory. Gun Media knew about this back in October. And so instead of finishing the Paranoia mode and finishing the Uber Jason, and I'm not saying this is true, this is just what I've read on the internet, apparently they decided that they weren't going to work on the game stuff, that they were going to do maintenance on the game, knowing that within a couple of months that they weren't going to be able to put out new content. So
they just tried to buy themselves time, basically.
Right. So they didn't have to make it yet. So here's where
They've been talking about Jason X for a long time. Like, since the game came out, they've been talking about
I was so
Jason
excited for that.
Yeah. So the conspiracy theory is Gun Media had no intentions of ever making any more. As soon as they heard about this,
Kristen.
they figured, hey, we don't have to keep making any new content for this. This is our way out, so we can start working on other games. Because, a lot of their time goes into bug fixes and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they added emotes. They've added new counselors. There's new maps. Like that makes that conspiracy kind of fall flat on it. So they've constantly released new material for this.
Right, and they have released some new things, but Gun Media basically has said at this point, like, hey, we don't know what's going to happen with this lawsuit, and we don't know how long it's going to drag out for. By then, we may not even be interested in continuing the development on this game. So they've
Tommy.
They've kind of said stuff like that already, but apparently there's this email floating around by the guy that's actually suing the Friday the 13th franchise and saying that he doesn't care what the video game developers do. He completely supports the game. He doesn't care.
Everybody got out. Every single person escaped on that one.
So no one's really sure what's going on with the drama, but apparently there's not going to be anything else released. I think somewhere I read that they have 1 or 2 things that were hidden in the code before that cutoff date, and they're going to release it pretty soon. So
maybe on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Probably on Friday the 13th. So if you do play this game,
on the 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, you're going to want to check it out and see if they added anything.
Yeah, the whole thing sucks. I just heard they weren't able to use the trademark for any characters at this point until the court case is taken care of, and it's pretty much guaranteeing that they won't be able to release new stuff.
Right, they can't.
Yeah, let's hope they get that taken care of.
Yeah, because it's not a bad game. With all the bugs in it, it's not a bad game. We've had a lot of fun.
It's fun to play with friends. It's absolutely fun to play with friends.
We have wasted so many hours playing this game, you know?
What do you mean, wasted?
Not wasted. Enjoyed each other's company while playing this game.
Yeah, it's fun.
Is there anything else that we can say about this game, like the gameplay or anything like that?
The gameplay is very frustrating at times. There's times where like the X button will disappear when you're trying to open cabinets and whatnot. Like, it's again very buggy.
Oh, I will say there is one thing that's really frustrating about it. You don't have enough space to hold your items.
Well, that's part of the challenge, I think.
Yeah, but you know there should,
okay.
but there should be
someone
like a
was gonna
perk
say,
maybe that you
playing
can
with
have like
Goobz.
one extra.
Do
Goobz
what?
does suck.
At this game, yes, I do. I will fully admit
You do
that.
good as Jason. You do good as Jason though.
Yeah, I'm a great Jason.
Toby has a strategy as
horrible
Jason. I
counselor.
hate his gut sore.
Yeah, let me go ahead and share
Toby
my
the
strategy.
hacker and slasher.
Well, okay, here's the thing. People get pissed if you're a hacker and slasher when you're Jason, because there's 2 different ways you can kill with Jason. You can cut them up with your weapon, or you can grab them and do some kind of fatality, basically. I am a fan of hacking and slashing, and people be like, oh, you're just a hacker, you're a hacker. It's because people will talk so much mad shit, and then when you grab them and they have a pocket knife, because if you have a pocket knife, the character stabs Jason and they break free from his grab, and then they'll talk more mad shit because, oh, I got you with the pocket knife, and it would piss me off so much, so I said, fuck it, I will not grab them anymore, I will just hack them to death, and then they'd cry about that.
It's just annoying. It's annoying when you're trying to do, when you just keep getting slashed by Jason, especially if it's a case where like you're already bleeding out and you're like slowly walking away and you can't run anymore, and Jason's still like hacking at you. It's like, dude, come on, if you're gonna kill me, at least make it look cool.
Well, and here's another thing. We're running into this issue right now. Finding a room to be a part of. Yes. The matchmaking sucks because basically one person is the host of the entire room. If they leave or quit the room, everyone goes back to the lobby.
And it gets really annoying because, like, if you're Jason and you're the host and then one counselor gets away after stabbing you with a pocket knife, a lot of Jasons will get mad and they'll quit.
And it works off their ping pretty much.
Yeah.
Or if Jason's a counselor, if the host is a counselor and the counselor dies right at the start of the match and you've got all this good stuff and they get pissed off, they leave, that ruins the match.
Rage quit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they've been talking about
rage.
host migrating since the game came out and they haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
It says, speaking of rage.
The rage meter!
Oh, come on!
Okay, so who wants to go first with the old rage-o-meter?
I'll start it off. If
Okay.
I'm afraid to.
Yeah.
Honestly, this game doesn't make me very angry. There's been times in the past where because of the bugs and things like that, where it can get very frustrating, especially when we first had a full lobby of like 7 or 8 people and we're trying to go into a lobby and it wouldn't let us. That's very frustrating.
Right.
But about the gameplay-wise, outside of the way team killing used to work, which even that didn't piss me off too much because we would always go after the other person in the next match, or we would tell the other people, so you could get revenge on them. I'm only gonna say my rage meter for this game is only like a 4.
Yeah, a 4. Okay. Who wants to go next? You want to go
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'll go next. Okay, so my rage meter is probably it's probably half and half, so it would probably be a 5.
Okay.
Only because of how it's not going forth anymore because of the lawsuit and everything. But the only thing that really made me mad was whenever we had the big brawl about when you had the friendly fire, so people started taking it into consideration of using that to their advantage, so they would just run around and taunt you with the battery or the keys or the gas, or they would just get in the car and hit you on purpose or just do stupid shit. And my main thing is when people would play with their friends, if their friend was Jason, and say if you're party chatting, they would give up your location. So that really pissed me off really bad, because it'd be like they weren't playing the game, they were just playing it with their friends, and they pretty much just taunt you the whole entire time. So my rage meter would probably be half and half. Half if they go forth and they're able to fix anything, which I doubt they will, but if they could fix a lot of things, I mean, my rage wouldn't be so bad. But it got to a point to where it was so good and then got so bad so fast where it just stuck me in the middle.
Right.
5's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It just really sucks the things that could have been fixed in the earlier stages, but wasn't.
I'll go next because I want to add to what she was saying. Early on, this game was probably an 8, just because it's not even the gameplay; it's the other players. Like she was saying, people would take the items that you need to escape, and they would hide them out in the woods. Now they've got it to where when someone
used to do that, so other people wouldn't take it from us.
You're right. Well, these people would do it so no one could win at all. They were just being assholes, and like now it shows up on the map when someone drops it, which is awesome. I think that's what needed to happen. I wasn't a big fan of people just picking up a shotgun.
There was a minute when it didn't show up on the map and it would just wash up upon shore.
Yeah, like if someone left with an item that you needed, it would wash up on shore.
So then Jason knew where to find your ass because you were walking the shorelines.
Yeah, well, that's if he knew that someone left with an item. But with like the shotgun, my whole point was I didn't like when people betrayed you, because that's what it's called. Because if I paid what $30-$40 for this game, and I'm sitting down trying to have a good time with my friends, play online, and some asshole's shooting me and ruining it for me. Because when you die, you have to spectate.
They're trolling. They're trolling you.
When you have to spectate until the very end, until everyone either escapes or dies. So
to get your points.
Right. Well, if you're playing with like a lobby of friends, you can't just leave and be like, well, fuck this person. They're going to be a troll this entire time. And you can't kick people. So there was a lot of issues like that, but really my rage meter is probably about a 3 or 4. If there's a scare meter, like this motherfucker has had me screaming and hollering and stuff, so I'd say like a scare meter, I'd put it at like a 6 or 7, just because it'll get you going sometimes with Jason chasing your ass.
Especially when you know it's a real person playing Jason. It's like, this isn't some computer that you're going to outsmart. Like, this is somebody that's thinking as fast as you are. Except when it comes to running around the long tables, which is always fun to do to Jason.
Now, it's always funny when someone would put their phone up to the speaker and play, like, Johnny Cash or something. It would be so creepy. You'd hear this creepy, some, older music coming from Jason as he's... Yeah. Either that or Britney Spears.
I got really scared earlier whenever we were doing, like, a pre-game game, and I forgot about one of the cabins having 2 doors, and one of the doors was broken down, and I ran into this room, and as I was running out, he was, like, right there, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I mean, it just scares you because you get cornered so fast, and you can really hear the music pounding, like, on you as you're trying to get into wherever you're trying to go, and that would probably be the only bad thing that I bring up, too, is that because you do lock the doors behind you, so it kind of delays you if you try to go back into a door and someone's already locked it, but that's the gameplay.
I always hated it when Miles would be Jason because he would play our show on his speaker.
Yeah, because
so literally, like, he would try to promote our show.
In the background. Oh,
no, he was literally just trying to promote our show. And, like, literally, he'd be chasing me, and I would hear, like, my own voice coming out of Jason while I was being chased. And, like, there's something wrong about this.
So, real quick, my strategy was, when I'm Jason, is I like to knock out all the power and set traps at all the escape routes, like the cars or the boats, and set one at the phone and just start hunting people down. I mean, it's a pretty simple thing. You knock out all the power because that makes all the fear go up on the counselors. So it makes it easier for when you use Jason's power to make them turn red to where he can see them. It's kind of like
yes, but let everybody know though, you can get rid of the traps if you have a pocket knife.
Oh yeah,
that's a good thing to know too.
Yeah,
There's
that's...
only one trap on the car hood or on phone fuse. If you have two counselors, you can actually do a little trick where, like, if you one counselor standing right up against the wall on the phone fuse next to the bear trap, the other counselor can kind of squeeze their way in between counselor and the trap. It's a hack, and it works with the car hood too if you do it the right way.
Wow.
I've only been able to do each one of those once. I've tried to do those again since then, and they might have fixed it, but like, it's kind of like the resetting the repair thing, where like you just let go of X and then we can try to do it again.
Oh yeah. Oh, and when you are repairing stuff, it's kind of like a quick command. You have to press R1 and L1 on a timer to
quick time.
Oh, yeah.
Quick time. Yeah. What was
So
your
my
Goobz
Ranger
is
meter.
back.
Yeah.
I'm the worst of all four of us of this game, probably in the world. I really get mad at this game. 0.5.
Oh my
Damn.
gosh.
I feel like that's not that bad. Honestly, for games like Call of Duty, I'd put Call of Duty at like an 8.5 to 9.
No, I'll put Call of Duty at 3.
Really?
I'm a lot better at that than I'm at this.
Yeah, but you tell me that you don't get really, really angry sometimes while playing Call of Duty?
No, I'm pretty calm.
He's a
Call
psycho,
of Duty
guys.
is what I like to call it.
Yeah.
If
I
he's
think
able
full
to
of
kill
crap.
people, he does really good.
I think
Yeah,
he's
no,
full
if I'm
of
Jason,
crap.
I'm good. Like, if I'm Jason,
Yeah.
I'm giving this game a 2.4.
Yeah.
See, this game I choose to be a counselor because I'm more
Me too.
about what do you call it? Like scavenging. Like I like to
Yeah.
scavenge. Like
I like
that's
to be
just
the guy
my
hiding.
thing.
It's just more fun to be the
Yes.
hiding.
I love
and
being
seek.
I'd
Or
rather
stealthier.
kill.
I love
Like
being
that's why in
Jason.
shooting games, I love having a sniper rifle or something that's long range
Yes.
because I like to be the sneaky person. I mean, not saying that I don't like to full like go into battle, but I like to be like, haha, bitch, I killed you from, 5 miles away or something.
Precision is fun in that
Like,
scenario.
yes. I think that's why I ever liked Halo as a game was because I sniped all the time in there and people got pissed all the time. So I mean, it's just that's the person. I guess it just depends on what type of player you are.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
set up a campfire.
set up a campfire.
Yeah, camping.
Oh, I get what you mean now. Yeah.
Oh, he's saying we're campers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I was confused because I was like, we're playing. Well, and I started thinking of Fortnite because the camp it gives you health and stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, where's he going with this? I'm an
That's what we
idiot.
should have streamed to some Fortnite.
One day we will get to
What's
that.
next?
Yeah, just because we get more
no, we
gameplay
won't.
footage than we
The
would
younger
on this.
generation will.
Oh yeah, this has
The
been
younger
horrible. I'm
generation
like
already
sitting.
has.
I am literally like a millimeter away from being 50 on my game level, and it's just fucked all together on this game right now. We've
I'm
gone
level
in and out of
102
lobby like
now.
5
Well,
times.
let's go into our final ratings here.
What do you give it overall? 1 out of 10. Would you recommend it to people? Is it something that you would still play? A couple, yeah. If it's up and available in a year or two, would you still play it? How do you feel about it? 1
Well,
to
I
10.
hope this doesn't get the Gotham shooter game. Or what the fuck
Gotham
is that
City
called?
Yeah.
Imposters?
Yes, I really hope this
What
doesn't
kind
get
of
the
gamer
Gotham
are
City
you?
Partners treatment.
That game was tons of fun too, by the way.
I love
used to
that
play
game.
The hell out of that game.
Yes.
That
Yes,
was
that
so
game,
much fun.
I want that
I
back.
played the skinny sniper in that too.
I played the Fat Brawler. Go
Then
figure.
we would have been a good team.
So,
I would have blocked bullets for your ass, but I give this game my rating on this. I'll give it a 6.7.
6.7. So what a weird.
I have fun with it. It depends on when you're playing with.
So we're going
like,
into
who you're
more
playing
temps
with.
now.
Yeah.
That was such a Canadian answer.
Yo, shut up, eh?
That's the most inappropriately rude thing you've ever said to me.
So why is it a 6.7?
Because I have fun with it. It depends on who I'm playing with. I love playing with all my friends, of course, and I'm the guy who always dies first. And I get very mad at this game. But like, I'll find some stuff and I'll leave it by what you guys need to succeed. So I guess I am a part of it at the end. Like, we all escaped from this car. Yeah, I brought you the keys and the gas. Go me! But I died like 10 minutes ago.
No, we all escaped a little while ago together.
No, I'm talking normally.
That was a rare occasion. Richie, what do you give it on a 1 to 10?
I'm probably going to be the higher of all of us on here just because of the amount of time I've spent on it. But I'm going to give this game, when all said and done, even with the bugs, I'll give it a 7.5, and for me, it's all about the fun factor. Like, I used to get off work, I would come home at 3:30 in the morning, and I would play this game till 6:30 in the morning with people in, like, New Zealand, or this group of people I played with every night in the States here, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I learned a lot of cool tricks, and it was just, like you said, Toby, it's all about who you're playing with, and that's what makes the game so much fun, and that helps overcome the shortcomings of the game, like the old school team killing, or the bugs in general, or the lobby and the matchmaking. The game's fun outweighed all that other stuff, in my opinion. And
Right.
I had no expectations when the game started, so.
Right. You had low expectations, if anything, because you were not into it at all.
Yeah, that's I had no expectations. I was like, I don't give a crap. And from the second I downloaded the game, I had mostly enjoyable fun. And all the DLC is free for the most part, except for the no, the
They had
costumes aren't.
costumes and a couple
Yeah.
kills and stuff, but yeah,
The
they
new
have
maps were free. I mean,
yeah they
guess.
didn't go crazy with really charging you to death for extra stuff when
I
they
spent
could have.
$2 overall in this game because I wanted to see Tiffany in her spring break outfit.
Tiffany is one of the
dog.
characters.
And who didn't?
So did our 8-year-old.
Yeah.
There you go.
Kristen, what
See,
kind of
ladies,
rating?
I have the mind of an 8-year-old.
Kristen, what kind of rating do you give this game? 1 to 10.
I'm actually going higher than Richie. So
Ooh.
my overall was an 8.5, just simply because everyone who knows me knows that I'm an Xbox player originally. So for me to go onto a PlayStation and find an online game that I devoted so much time to, like, I know I'm just a level 49, but that's pretty big for me on a game for my attention span. So I met a lot of good people on here, and it was really fun because you got to meet. I met a lot of course, our podcasters through here. But not only that, I met like a true player, which, shout out Koopa. I mean, he still plays me on Fortnite. So, I mean, there's a lot of different players that I met
Panzer.
that was really fun. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Panzer played too. I forgot about Panzer.
Play
So, I
every
mean,
game with Panzer now.
We met a lot of solid people on here, and it was really fun. The ones that weren't cussing at you or little tiny 2-year-olds on here going wild at you. But I mean, there was a lot to it that was really fun, and I spent a lot of time on this game. So it's the first one that grabbed my attention from Xbox. So I give it an 8.5.
Yeah, because and my level's only so high because Kristen was originally playing on my account before we ended up getting a second PlayStation 4, so we could both play. That was the main reason for us.
Kristen got him a PlayStation 4 for Father's Day. Shout out to Kristen.
Yeah, but it was also
gold. Terabyte.
she got me it.
Who's Kristen?
Bitch.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, and on this game I met my lesbian lover Richie here.
Yeah, you did.
I can't. And my person who
You can
protected
still
me
watch
through
them
the game.
scissoring right now.
And
KristenScissoring.com.
And he broke my cherry of actually getting in the vehicle on here and escaping. So I got to give it to him.
I made you drive the car and drive the boat.
You made me drive the car and the boat. Yes.
Because I was like, no, I don't want to, and I was like, you have to.
That's the only way we're getting out.
Richie was like,
So,
I'm not always going to be here to guide you out.
That's exactly what it was. And then
But
I
he's
died
been there
while you
through a whole
escaped.
gaming experience, so it's been great.
So, I'm going to give my rating real quick. I'm going to give this a solid 8, especially when you've got a good group of people in the game that just want to have fun, that don't want to cheat you, that aren't trying to screw you over. When you're just trying to compete and have fun on it, it's great. When you don't have the right people in the room and everything's not jiving, it's like a 4, just because it's so fucking miserable. And it helps when people have a headphone, because the proximity thing, it's so much fun to be like, hey, can you hear? Like, because you can see people on the map, and you're like, hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And you can barely hear them, and they're like, yeah, I'm in the next cabin. It's really funny, but it's great when you've got a room full of people that you're friendly with and that you can have a good time with. So it's an 8.
It is a good game to where you have to talk to people because it's all about strategy.
Yeah.
So it makes you make friends.
You got to tell them, I've got the keys. I mean, you heard us. You heard us through our gameplay, which
We're so used to it. I got the battery. I got
Let
the
me
keys.
add, this last little bit, we've been sitting in a lobby waiting for someone to join, and not anyone has joined our lobby. This for like 10
I've been
minutes.
here forever.
The world is dead.
I'm gonna actually back out.
I'm
and try
actually getting
again.
dressed to go out.
Yeah. I guess
Solid 8 from Toby.
Yeah, solid 8, and it looks like this game is low on health.
Finish him!
So, where can people find you, Richie?
Outside, looking through their windows. Twice a week, 3 times when there's a vacation day involved. No,
He looks just like Ned Flanders. I'm just kidding.
Oakley dokley. Again, I am the twosome part of Best Darn Diddly. You can follow us on Twitter at Best Darn Diddly. That's DIDDLY. Me myself, I am Richie the Wiz Kid. You can follow me at @TheWiz_Kid23. We review Simpsons episodes each and every Sunday night. We are going in order. We are currently on season 6. And we just had Mike Reese on the show recently to talk about his new book. So check us out. It's a lot of fun. And may I add, happy Friday the 13th.
Ooh. Kristen, do you want to plug your stuff?
Yeah, I'll plug my stuff. So, once again, I'm Kristen, and what just happened?
I laughed.
Why?
Because what you just said.
You're going to plug your stuff.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so I'm Kristen, and you can listen to me and follow me at Secret Transpod. Most likely listen to me there versus follow me. I suck at social media. But if you ever want to play a game with me, then my player tag on PlayStation, which I mostly play, is Madam Von Doom. That's MADAMVONDOOM. Follow me, add me, and that's also my Twitter handle too, so there you go.
What other games do you play that people might play with you on?
I play Fortnite mostly now.
There you go.
I mean, I love playing all kinds of games, but there's not very many online games I can play.
Especially with our hearts.
So, we've derailed all over the place, and we've got a derailer that needs to plug his stuff.
No, if you get derailed,
Well,
there's no more
everyone
train
knows.
horn.
I love train horns. Fuck you, man.
It's a big crash noise.
Or a can opening, either or. Well, you can follow me. I'm Goobz WN on Twitter, and you can follow us at the Derailers. My wonderful wife Jenny Bean, my best friend Ripkin. We sit down, we take this train right off the tracks every single week. We don't know the topics, and neither will you when you listen, because we'll just go all over the place, and who knows where we'll land. We talk about horses and human brains, and Lego men, and all sorts of random crap. But you can also watch Wrestlers Wrestling, Derailers Wrestling. You can follow on YouTube and check out that CAW creative wrestling stuff, and we make a whole bunch of shit happen. It's absolutely brilliant.
It's not a boot the journey, it's a boot the tracks.
Yes, it is. We're a boot to go off the tracks.
And I do the Secret Transmission podcast with Kristen, and you can find our social media at Secret Transpod, and that's Instagram and Twitter at Secret Transpod. And we talk about conspiracies, the supernatural, serial killers, just spooky, weird stuff, and we go over the history and dissect it a little bit. But for this show's Secret Levels podcast, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Secret Levels Pod. We are also a part of the Somebody's Network, so follow that on Instagram and Twitter at Somebody's Net. There's a bunch of great shows like The Best Darn Diddly, The Cretans Guild, Throwdown Thursday. There's a bunch of great shows, so go check out some of the Somebodies on the Somebody's Network. But I think that's it. I think Jason's gotten to all of us. I think we're all dead.
Game over, folks.